Hi friends, welcome back to my 2019 recipe project. I apologize for my voice today. I have a little bit of a cold, so I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet so that you don't hear me coughing or anything like that. So today's recipe is a classic. It's just a side dish, mashed potatoes. I am very certain that most of you have heard of the replacement swaps that I'm going to do, but I'm going to walk you through it anyway. So just as a reminder, this isn't about being perfectly clean all the time or finding the healthiest recipe possible. It's just about making some easy swaps so that you can enjoy these things on a more regular basis. So as you guys know, mashed potatoes are made with white potatoes, or you could do sweet potatoes, which actually would be a great healthy swap to do as well. This particular recipe in the McKinney household includes milk, butter, salt, and pepper. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to make mashed cauliflower. So again, you could actually do sweet potatoes, you could do mixed white and sweet potatoes, you could do mixed cauliflower with potato and kind of pick your own balance, so to speak. But today I'm just going to do straight up riced cauliflower. This is a side dish that we're going to have with a few meals this week. Pretty straightforward. So you can use a full head of cauliflower. What I did to make it easier on myself is I just bought this pre-riced cauliflower. It's in the frozen section of most grocery stores. This one was actually already pre-cooked, so I've never worked with it before, but I just have it heating up in the microwave right now. You can do it on the stove top. You can just follow the directions on the bag if you go that route. If you use fresh cauliflower, you're going to want to chop it into florets and steam it first. So you're going to need a steamer. I'm also going to use some garlic because, come on, delicious. I'm going to add some Parmesan to kind of enhance the flavor there. And then I'm going to use a little bit of Greek yogurt. You could also use cream cheese or sour cream. Greek yogurt, to me, plain, tastes just like sour cream. So I'm going to use a little bit of this to kind of help give it a creamier texture. Salt and pepper. Pretty easy, so I'll walk you through it. This one really is super simple. I'm going to heat up some garlic just to soften it. I like to buy this pre-minced garlic. Again, it's a time saver. 1 teaspoon equals about a clove chopped. This one is stored in water. They sell it stored in oil as well, but I prefer the stored in water because you really don't need all the excess oil, and you're going to cook it in oil anyway. So that's the cauliflower. It wasn't quite done yet. It was just heating that all up. If you're doing this fresh, you're going to want to steam the cauliflower, and then you're going to start pureeing it in batches, so not everything all at once. You should really use your food processor if you can. Mine's actually not working, so I'm going to use my blender, my Ninja. I love this thing. I use it for everything. It's easier than my food processor anyway. So you would actually start blending up the cooked cauliflower in batches until it gets creamy, and then you're going to add the garlic and seasonings and cheese and stuff later on. So I'm just finishing up some of this garlic right now, just heating it until it's really fragrant. It really needs, I don't know, a minute max. You don't want it to burn or get browned or anything like that. So I've got half the cauliflower in there. You didn't need to see the blender just going. So I blended half the cauliflower until, you know, it's not super creamy quite yet, but we are going to blend it a little bit more. You don't want to over blend it and have it be this super liquidy mess. So that's going. Now I'm going to add in the garlic. You can obviously add more. This is an awkward way to film it. You can add more or less depending on how much garlic flavor you want, but go ahead and add in about 1.5 cloves of minced garlic that was cooked in just a little bit of olive oil. And then I'm going to do a little bit of Greek yogurt as well, just kind of a nice couple of tablespoons there. That's good. And then I'm going to add some salt because, come on. When you're using sea salt or a grinder, it's pretty hard to measure, so you always want to start with a little, and you can always add more, but you can't take salt out. Plus, the Parmesan is going to have a little bit of saltiness too, so I really don't want to overdo it. And then sprinkle in some pepper. And the cheese, you can measure it out. I'm going to do about 1/4 cup. So my clients and I use these handy dandy food group containers that help us kind of measure, and this blue one is for healthy fats, which is what a cheese is, and it's 1/4 cup. So I'm adding that. You can actually really do more, which I think I will because this is way more than 1 serving. So I'm going to keep, I just did 2, so about 1/2 cup of Parmesan. I'm going to add the rest of the cauliflower and I'm going to blend it all together. All right, that was pretty easy, so I just transferred it to this bowl. I'm going to taste it. You can see it's I know the lighting is a little bit weird, but it's the same consistency, texture as mashed potatoes. It's not super liquidy or runny, which is why you don't want to add a lot of liquid ingredients to this. You know, with mashed potatoes, you would add milk or something like that, which helps thin it out. You don't really want to do that with cauliflower because you don't have that starchiness. So the taste is really good. The Parmesan in there is great. It does need a little bit of salt. This is why I have you add it at the end. Super easy to add more salt and stir it in. You can't take it out, like I said. So let's try that. Just mix that up together. Let's see. Oh, much better. It's so good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's obviously not potatoes, but you still have that consistency. It's filling, it's creamy, it's cheesy and garlicky. It's delicious. And now you have this really great side dish that's kind of just sneaking in another full serving of veggies into your diet. So this is gonna go with a couple meals that we're having this week. Really easy to store, just gonna put a lid on this, call it a day. So I hope that that was enjoyable for you. If you've tried it before, I'd love to hear if you have a different recipe that you've used. If you've never tried mashed cauliflower, give it a go and just see what you think. But like I said, you can really healthify mashed potatoes pretty easily. Use yams or sweet potatoes that are a little bit higher in nutritional content than a white potato. Mix white and sweet, or white and cauliflower, or sweet potatoes and cauliflower. You can kind of really play around with that. So if you do, make sure you comment under the blog and let me know what you tried. See you next week.